Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of 3D geometry. And if I talk about the question which is given to us here from this topic, the question tells us let the image of the point P 2, -1 and 3 in the plane x plus 2y minus z. So there is a plane given to us and the plane's equation is x plus 2y minus z is equal to 0. So we have been told the image of this point P in the plane. So somewhere here it is a point Q. Then we have been asked what is the distance of the plane. So another plane is given to us 3x plus 2y plus z plus 29 equals 0. What is the distance of that plane from point Q? So first of all, let's figure out the coordinates of point Q. And if I talk about the answer choices that are given to me here for the distances, it says 2 root 14. Second, it says 22 over 7 root 2. Third option, it tells me 24 root 2 over 7. And the last option here for the distance given is 3 root 14. So we need to figure out which one of the answer choices is the correct answer for the question given to us. Let's solve this question. So first of all, if I find out equation of that line PQ, so let's first take, let's say this is point M which is in the plane. So equation of line PM, if I try to find out using this equation of plane and the coordinates of P, we know it is given by x minus x1 over A is equal to y minus y1 over B is equal to z minus z1 over C is equal to lambda. So where x1, y1, z1 are nothing but our coordinates of P and A, B, C are the coefficients of the equation of plane. So if I use that idea, I get that as x minus x1 here is 2, y minus minus 1 and z minus 3. Now over A, B and C, if I see A is 1, B is 2, C is minus 1. So A is 1, B is 2 and C is minus 1, and that is equal to lambda. Now once I get this, if I try to find all of my points x, y and z equating two ratios at a time, so x minus 2 over 1 is equal to lambda gives you x minus 2 is lambda, so x becomes 2 plus lambda. So I get the x coordinate. For y, if I do it, y plus 1 over 2 is lambda, so y is equal to 2 lambda minus 1. And the third thing I get here is z minus 3 is minus lambda. So z becomes 3 minus lambda. So you get x, you get y, you get z. You get all the three coordinates. Once you get that, you know that this is nothing but coordinates of point M. So for point M, I already know that it lies in the plane x plus 2y minus z equals to 0. So it should satisfy the equation of the plane. So once I have any point on this line will have the coordinates as lambda plus 2, which we got it. The second coordinate was 2 lambda minus 1. And the third coordinate we know it is 3 minus lambda. So this is the coordinate of any point on this entire plane. And with that, I can use this idea for point M which lies in the plane. So it should satisfy the equation of the plane. So if I put my x, y and z coordinates as this, which I have found out in terms of lambda, equate it with 0. Let's see what I get. So if I use that idea, I know x plus 2y minus z is equal to 0. X coordinate was lambda plus 2 times 2 lambda minus 1 minus z. Z in this case we got that as 3 minus lambda is equal to 0. So if I solve for it, I get lambda plus 2 plus 4 lambda minus 2 minus 3 plus lambda equals to 0. Solving this further gives you lambda plus 4 lambda 5 lambda plus lambda 6 lambda. 2 minus 2 0 and minus 3. So 6 lambda minus 3 is equal to 0. 6 lambda is equal to 3 and lambda becomes 3 over 6, which is so you get the answer to the question which is given to us. For now, that lambda is equal to half. Once you know lambda is equal to half for the point M, you can put lambda half and find out the coordinates of point M. If I find out the coordinates for point M, we know x coordinate was lambda plus 2, y coordinate was 2 lambda minus 1, and the z coordinate was 3 minus lambda. If I put the value of lambda, which was half, I get this half plus 2. This becomes 2 into half minus 1, and the third one becomes 3 minus half. So 2 plus half, that is 5 by 2. 2 into 1 by 2 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, and 3 minus half, that is again 5. You get the coordinates turning out for point M becoming 5 by 2, comma 0, comma 5 by 2. Now once I get this, I know that is nothing but the point M coordinates that were 5 by 2, comma 0, comma 5 by 2. Now once I have that point M, I know P is having the image formed in the opposite side of the plane, which is having coordinates Q. So basically when P is forming the image of point Q here, I know if Q is the image point, both of them will have equal distances about this plane. So M basically becomes the midpoint coordinate of P and Q. So if I use the idea of midpoint formula to find the coordinates of point M, so M be equals to coordinates of P plus Q over 2. So let's say coordinates of Q are alpha, beta, and gamma. So if I have coordinates of Q, I have coordinates of P also given to me 2, minus 1, and 3. And I also have coordinates of M known now, that is equal to 5 by 2, comma 0, comma 5 by 2. So if I use all the ideas, x coordinate of point M is equal to x coordinate of P plus x coordinate of Q over 2. Next, for y coordinate, 0 is equal to minus 1 plus beta over 2. The third, 5 by 2 is equal to 3 plus gamma over 2. If I solve this, 2 and 2 gets cancelled. You get alpha is 5 minus 2, which is 3. Here, if I solve this, 2 gets multiplied with 0, becomes 0, beta becomes equal to 1. The third one, 2 and 2 again cancel, so you get gamma as 5 minus 3, which is 2. So you get the coordinates of point Q, and that turns out to become 3, 1, and 2. Now I have been asked here in the question to find the distance of this plane from this point Q. So if I have to find the distance, we know the idea for perpendicular distance. So if I apply the idea there, perpendicular distance of that plane from the point Q is given by mod of the entire plane's equation, that was 3x plus 2y plus z plus 29. So instead of x, y, and z, I'll put the coordinates of Q. So you get 3x plus 2y, so y coordinate of Q, plus z, so 1 because of z, and z coordinate of Q is 2, plus 29 divided by the coefficients of x, y, and z. So 3 square plus 2 square plus 1 square. So you get this turning out to become 3 into 3, 9, plus 2 plus 2 plus 29 over 9 plus 3 plus 1. So 9 plus 4, so 13. 13 plus 1, 14. So you get root 14. And if I solve this further, I get the distance to become mod of root 14, and the numerator becomes 31 plus 3, 2, which is 33, and 33 plus 9, which is 42. So you get this 42. So if I solve this, I know 42, I can split it as 14 into 3 over root 14. So if I try to cancel it, root 14 into root 14, I can write that as 14 as. So basically what happens is root 14 gets cancelled, and you get the answer to the question as 3 root 14. So distance of the plane 3x plus 2y plus z plus 29 equals to 0 from the point of Q, it becomes 3 root of 14. So that is the answer for the question that is presented to us. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions. So in this question, what we did was, first of all, we found the coordinates of any point on this line using this idea. Once I got that, I got x, y, and z coordinates in terms of lambda. Then I use the idea that M, which is the midpoint of P and Q, lies in the plane, so it should satisfy the equation of the plane that is given. So if I put x, y, and z coordinates there, I got lambda turning out to become half. Then using the midpoint formula, I got my M, and from the midpoint formula, I got the point Q coordinates. Once I got the coordinates of point Q turning out to become 3, 1, 2, I just use the idea of perpendicular distance of the plane from the point Q. So I just use that idea mod of ax plus by plus cz plus d over root of a square plus b square plus c square. So if I use this idea, x, y, and z here were the coordinates of Q, A, B, C, and D were the coefficients of equation of plane, and A, B, C here were coefficients of x, y, z of the plane. So that gave me the answer turning out to become 3 root 14. And that matches with which option? That matches with option D. So D becomes the correct answer for the question which is given to us here. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions which deals with the ideas of 3D geometry and planes. I'll see you again tomorrow with some other question from some other topic. And we're going to continue our series of questions on 11th, 12th, as well as JEE mains. So stay tuned for more videos to roll out. Also, if you're enjoying these videos that we are doing every day, please do like the videos as well. Also, share the videos with your friends who are involved in the preparation of questions on JEE, so they can also take the benefit from these questions which we are doing on everyday basis. Also, if you are enjoying the videos, please do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next video. Thank you.